Yo, I want to talk about the murders at Karlov Manor and how I feel about it. And if you're watching this and you're from WotC, I need to ask, whose idea was this? What is wrong with them? Is this someone from the marketing department? Why would they do it like this? Are they high? Do they not care? Why would they do this? I can't. I can't. Okay. Deep breaths. In, out. For everyone else, I am going to explain. I've got some points to make and I've got some things to say. But before that, there are some things that you need to know. First off, at the time of writing, Murders at Karlov Manor isn't out yet. I realise that by the time that you're watching this, pre-release may have already been and gone, but currently as it stands right now, from my perspective, the set isn't out yet, and in fact only 205 of the reported 286 cards have been revealed. And a large portion of those are in Japanese, which I don't speak. So I acknowledge that I haven't seen the set and I don't have all of the information. However, that is part of my complaint, that I am new to this set and only just starting my journey with it. Secondly, I have not read the story. I don't know if it's even fully published yet. I have been avoiding it. So again, I acknowledge that I don't know what's happening and I don't have all of the information. But that too is also part of my complaint. So going forward, I want you to bear in mind where I'm coming from and the information that I currently am working with. And I want you to hear and understand me when I say, Wizards of the Coast have fucked it up. Murders at Karlov Manor is a mess. Now what do I mean by that? Well, first we need to understand what the set even is and how it's marketed. First announced, I believe, back in August of 2023 at Gen Con, which I did a video on called The Future of Magic the Gathering in 2024, link in the description to that if you want to give it a watch and hear more. And there, Murders of Karlov Manor was described by head designer Mark Rosewater in their accompanying video for Gen Con, link in the description for that too, as a backdrop set, where they take a brand new mechanical theme but put it into a known world. And thus, Murders at Karlov Manor is a top-down designed murder mystery set, and I quote, playing to all of the genres and tropes of a murder mystery, but we're setting it on Ravnica. And then he goes on to stress that it's not a normal Ravnican set, it's not about the guilds, this is a cool murder mystery set. And that's important. I'm going to reference that again later. This set is about the murder mystery. He goes on to say, and we've done something really neat, which is, there are murders woven into the story, and there are mysteries woven into the game itself, where you, the players, will get to solve puzzles and solve your own mystery. Now at the time of hearing all this, I wasn't thrilled. In the video I did covering the Gen Con reveals, I compared the premise of Karlov Manor to Midnight Hunt and Crimson Vow. I said at the time, and I guess I quote myself here, sets that focus on a single event happening in a single place, like a wedding or a festival or a fucking murder mystery, but also need to somehow feature hundreds of creatures, spells and items representing every colour of magic, is either going to feel really bloated, or, as has been the case previously, jammed with surplus characters and cards that don't pertain to the main theme and feel shoehorned in out of a sense of forced representation. Whoa, talk about forced. Felt like I was forcing that run-on sentence to continue. Do I really talk like that? It's like listening to someone read the small print of a legal document, Jesus. Anyway, I stand by my point. Big sets focused on small events don't have much room to breathe, and Midnight Hunt and Crimson Vow are the poster children of this. But what I missed at the time was this Blogatog post from Mark Rosewater's Tumblr, where he was asked about designing a set based on a single location, to which he replied, only the murders take place at the manor, the expansion isn't completely set there. I'll link it below too. Well, okay then. It's not one location. Room to breathe. Maybe I was wrong about the set. I don't know. Remember, for me right now, it isn't out yet. But upon reading that answer, I was starting to become willing to give the set the benefit of the doubt. Also, I'd started hearing some more about what Mark Rosewater meant when he said, there are mysteries woven into the game itself, and solve your own mystery. Murders at Karlov Manor has an ARG, an alternative reality game, where they're going to drop clues online and even into the products so the players could solve the mystery themselves. For instance, apparently the dice included in the Murders at Karlov Manor pre-release was going to have the number 16 missing. What does that mean? Why is it missing? Is it a reference? Can we use that to piece together who the killer is? I mean, that sounds cool. The pre-release isn't until the 2nd of February. I guess we're just going to have to wait to find out. But this is all good stuff. The point here is that, as he said, this is a cool murder mystery set. and they're even setting up clues so the players can solve the murders themselves. A key factor for the audience of a murder mystery is the whodunit of it all. Put us as the players into the shoes of the detectives, and then give us the clues and let us as a community work together to theorise, speculate and solve the case. Colour me interested. So if it's good, and it's not even out yet, why am I saying that they've fucked it up? Well, link in the description below for this video. Because at this point in the timeline of my story, I'm actually starting to get into the idea of murders at Karlov Manor. I'm getting hyped to find those clues and figure out who the murderer is. And then Magic the Gathering's official YouTube puts out this video, entitled Track the Clues, Crack the Case, Murders at Karlov Manor, Magic the Gathering. Well okay, it's an ARG baby. I thought the first clue was coming in a couple of weeks with a pre-release. I haven't read the story, I haven't even looked at the preview cards because I wanted to avoid spoilers. I want to get all of the evidence in front of me at once so that I can then spend an evening with some friends and try and solve the case together. I thought I was going to have to wait till pre-release, but according to the thumbnail, this is the set's debut. And I have to start somewhere, I suppose. And perhaps there's some clues here too, so okay, maybe it's worth a watch. It's the Murders at Karlov Manor debut video. If you want to start your journey with this set, it seems that you start it here. But I'm putting on my detective hat, so okay, let's have a read of that video's description. Follow the trail of evidence for the reveal of who killed Teysa Karlov. Right, okay, well, I guess now I know who the victim is. Teysa Karlov is dead. I mean, that's kind of a big deal. Probably could have maybe revealed that in a slightly better way than the description of a YouTube video. Perhaps it's not important to the story, so... I mean, I don't know yet. This is my first interaction with the set, so again, let's give them the benefit of the doubt. Get eyes on an exciting lineup of card previews along the way, learn more about the new detective-themed mechanics, and uncover never-before-seen showcase cards that feel straight out of a whodunit. Sure, again, I mean, this is the debut video, so if, like me, you're new to the set, this is going to be a good introduction for you, and it's going to show you the evidence in the case, so, as Mark Rosewater said, you can solve your own mystery. I go to click play, but I think better. Before I watch this, has there been any other video I need to watch first? Scrolling back through their channel, well, there's a half-hour weekly MTG Murders at Karlov Manor first look. It seems to be about the cards though. Doesn't seem to be story-focused, so I probably don't need to watch it for the mystery, which is what this set is supposedly all about. And there's this 16-second official teaser, Join the Investigation, Murders at Karlov Manor, Magic the Gathering, which doesn't really tell us much of anything, it's just a man in a room. So, okay, I'm satisfied. Back to the set's debut video. This is step 1 for someone new to the story like me. Here we go, I click play. The video opens and we hear the voice of Alquist Proft. A character I've learned through promotional material is a Sherlock Holmes detective type, and I believe the set's main protagonist. He's talking about the string of recent murders which has planted the seeds of societal collapse on Ravnica. Okay, so not just focused on one small event like I feared, but affecting the whole plane. Good. He goes on to say, who could be behind it? Well, worry not, because soon all will be made clear. In fact, the mastermind is here with us in this very room. That's right, one of these Ravnicans is responsible for everything, and I, Detective Alquist Proft, will prove it. Wonderful. Perfect. Gather all the suspects in one room and break the case down. This is exactly what a murder mystery should be. What follows is 15-ish minutes of a narrator breaking down everything involved in the set, from gameplay mechanics to narrative events and who the suspects are. She starts off the video by saying, "Welcome back to the cityscape of Ravnica. You'll need your wits about you to unravel the mystery that's building here." Yes, that is what I'm here for. Sign me up. I'm sold. She continues, "Crack puzzles, collect evidence, and identify suspicious individuals in order to discover who's behind this series of grisly murders throughout the plains." Even better, as I said, my main concern was that there wouldn't be enough narrative room in the mystery for all of the characters they would need to print to fill a set. But if these murders are plane-wide, then we have a wonderful opportunity to see how different individuals and each of the Ravnican guilds are dealing with it in their own way. This is great stuff, they are nailing it. So why am I upset? How have they fucked it up? Why am I saying it's a mess? Because, and I won't spoil it here, but at 16 minutes and 34 seconds into the video, they fucking tell you who the murderer is. This is the debut video. This is the first time many people will be interacting with this supposed murder mystery. The set isn't even fucking out yet. The pre-release isn't even out yet. And we already know exactly who did it, exactly how they did it, and exactly why they did it. What the actual fuck, Wizards of the Coast? Why would you do that? This is meant to be a murder mystery. Why would you just give it away like that? And if you're gonna give it away, why would you do it in the set's debut video? When you said in the video's description, follow the trail of evidence for the reveal of who killed Teysa Karlov, I thought you meant you were going to show us evidence so that we could reveal the killer. Remember? There are mysteries woven into the game itself, and solve your own mystery? That's what Mark Rosewater said. Fuck me, the set's not even out yet. Imagine picking up a Sherlock Holmes novel, and the killer is revealed in the first chapter. No, this is worse than that. This is the debut video. This would be like a Sherlock Holmes novel revealing who the killer is in the blurb on the back of the book. Or on a poster advertising it. Ugh. Magic the Gathering used to have a 3-set structure. We would be introduced to a plane, then there would be 3 sets over the course of a year based on that plane. It would give us a year to get to know it, learn the characters, become familiar with the setting and grow attachments. The issue with doing it that way was that sometimes they would design a dud plane, one that people didn't connect with or that had mechanics that players didn't like. So the solution to this apparently wasn't playtest more, or hire more writers and designers to make sure that the plane isn't a dud. No, the solution was just to get rid of the 3-set structure. That way, if people don't like a set, well, we're already on to previews for the next one, so don't worry about it. Stop thinking about the game, just buy it, play it, and move on. Player attachment for a plane was sacrificed so that Wizards don't have to worry about the quality of their setting and story. Remember Kaldheim, yeah? Ikoria, New Capenna? Feel invested into those planes, no? No, we weren't there long enough. And what that has resulted in is what I'm going to call the March of the Machines effect, where our stories can't have a beginning, middle and end spread across 3 sets. No, now we have to cram it all into one. So now we have an invasion and the conclusion to that invasion all in one set. And to be fair, the beginning of the invasion was in its own set of All Will Be One, but the middle and the end? No, crammed together. It sucked, and it made it feel weird to play, and was narratively awkward like a murder mystery, all in one set where the mystery is solved before the fucking set even comes out. What a waste. What a disappointment. Imagine if we were given all of the clues in this set, but we wouldn't find out who did it until next set. Imagine how much fun it would have been to work together and all of the theories and speculations. Ugh. Oh well, never mind I guess. Just give it away in the debut video, who cares, whatever. And yeah, I know, there's still the ARG, but I suspect like with the Shadows over Innistrad one, that's just going to be advertising for an upcoming set. It's not going to be to solve the murder mystery of this set like was advertised. And if you're sitting there listening to this, thinking, well it's your fault, you should have been reading the story and looking at the cards. Or, if you didn't want spoilers, why watch the video? I will point you back to this thumbnail. Debut, as in first appearance, step 1. Where else am I supposed to start? Beginning and end crammed together in one set again. Or if you're thinking, well you said the entire set was a mess, this is just one story spoiler, I would like to remind you, this was top-down designed to be a murder mystery. Again, it's a murder mystery! The entire set revolves around it, and before the set is even out, they have solved the mystery. What do you think? Let me know in the comments below. Did you see that Simpsons episode, Who Shot Mr. Burns? Do you remember that was on the news? There were like entire TV specials of people guessing and trying to piece it all together. Because the story was spread across 2 episodes, I think if I remember rightly, 2 seasons. But no, we don't have time for that here at Magic the Gathering. After all, this murder mystery is only for one set, so we gotta wrap it up quick. And it doesn't matter that the set isn't even out yet, we've got previews for the next set coming, am I right? Ugh, I am done. Let me know your thoughts in the comments and maybe they'll cheer me up. Thank you very much for watching this video. It was a sorty one, wasn't it? And thank you to my patrons whose names are on screen now. I'd also like to thank the sponsor of this video, me and my Patreon page, where you can get your name credited on screen too. Check it out in the link in the description below. Hit the like button, leave a comment, install an ad block, and most importantly subscribe and share the video with a friend. Hit that notification bell and do all the things that the algorithm loves. If you agree or disagree with any of my points, or, I don't know, or just want to tell me how fed up you are with negative content creators, or you want to see me do a video on another subject, let me know in the comments, and I will see you next time.